changing things up and thought we'd do a little bit of an informational video for you guys. We had a lot of issues with our headsets when we were in Africa. We were trying to figure out how to record both of our ends of the Senas onto the GoPro video. It was kind of a mess, and we thought we would put together a video just to show you what we did, and hopefully it can help people if they're riding with friends or riding as a couple. I'm gonna go over all the things that we needed. Now that we're back in the States, it's extremely easy to order everything you need. We'll put the links of each item that we have in the notes below. Everything we got is pretty much generic, except for our Senas, obviously. We're changing from our Africa helmets to street style helmet. We're riding 2 street bikes on our next journey through the States. The first thing you're gonna need is your headset. We have the Sena 20S Evo. We just got these, they're awesome. We love them. Other people use different ones. It might be similar, but we're just gonna talk about the Sena. And then you're gonna need this jack. It's a splitter, so you're gonna have plug-in on this end, and then you'll have 2 ports to plug into on this end. The main thing that you need to know for this is that you want the TRS cables. The other version has 3 rings, and they're actually made for microphones, but essentially what you're doing is you're recording the audio from the headphones into the camera, so you don't actually record through the microphone, if that makes sense. So you want to make sure that you have the one with the 2 rings. I'll get a close-up and make sure you can see that. The next thing, same thing, you want the TRS cable. It's just like a straight auxiliary cable. We got these because they're short, so you don't have as much wire to mess around with taping it up, but it's just the same thing on each end. Then some speakers. We got these JBL speakers and they've been great. I think there's cheaper ones probably. These are maybe a little more expensive, but they are really nice quality and they get pretty loud, so we haven't had any issues with hearing each other or hearing music or anything, so we got the JBLs. So those are the things that you need in order to do this, and then also duct tape, because we use duct tape to tape up all the extra wires and everything. Now we're gonna show you how to put it together.
All right, so now I'm taking my Sena out, just 2 Allen bolts like that, and this thing pulls off. That's where it's connected. And Sal might have mentioned this, but you need to have the input for auxiliary headphones. That's what actually does the recording on the GoPro. And that's a single side is the toggle that you have to do in the utility app. And that allows the GoPro to actually record the sound that's coming into your headset from the other person and vice versa.
Under the device settings in the Sena app, enable the side tone and the audio boost.
We don't have the original Sena packaging, but it would come with sticky back Velcro. We can't find it, so now we're using double-sided tape.
Basically, you're just putting the speaker like right in here. And mine has Velcro points, but Ethan's didn't, so Ethan had to put his on this side of the padding so that it would hold.
Now I'm putting the Sena into the Shoei. Cheek pads, unplug or unsnap. So first we'll just plug in the speakers. The Sena goes on your left side, so the short one goes on the left because that's closer to the head unit.
And you just stick them on the pads for mine because there's Velcro already in them.
Just try and get them centered, and then tuck in your excess. Right there. And that's kind of it for the speakers. Once you have the speakers in place, take out the chin pads. Run the short one closest to the unit. The long one goes on the far side, and then you just try and tuck the wires as best you can so they don't come out when you pull the helmet off and on. And a lot of times you can tuck them in behind the chin pads and stuff. This goes into your 2-way adapter. One goes into the headphone jack, and this is like headphones, like earbuds. It's to run like an alternate set. So what we're basically doing is putting a splitter into this, and then one goes into the back of the GoPro. One goes into this unit and one goes into your auxiliary headphones, not the ones that come standard. We unhooked the standard ones and plugged in auxiliary ones. These are aftermarket ones, and this will allow us to use single side band to record your audio from the actual headphones. Okay, so with this, you got to kind of like put this to where this goes in the front where the GoPro would be, and then you got to tuck all these wires in. So you got to make sure it's got enough room. So I'm just going to wedge it into the far side of this vent to make sure it's going to go all the way. I'm going to going to slide this on the helmet, and then I'm going to try and tuck all these wires in strategically somehow. When you put this in, you want to put it in a position to where the microphone comes up right in front of your mouth. Okay, so I'll just leave that loose for now, and then I'm going to figure out how I'm going to like hide these wires. They can kind of tuck in, kind of end up being like so. Then I'll put some tape on them. It'll be like that. It's got some black electrical tape, gaffer tape. So I'm just gonna put this guy here. I'm gonna tuck this wire in. Trying to make things as nice as possible. You gotta be careful with these connections. We've already broken one of these wires.
Yeah, get two, they're super cheap.
I mean, it's really just the routing of these wires to make them out of the way is probably the hardest part about this, really. Every helmet's different. You just kind of have to mess around with it to see how you get your setup best for your particular helmet. It really pays to like put everything nicely together to hide everything, and then it protects everything too and keeps it out of the weather. Okay, now we're getting somewhere.
Taping the wires down like that keeps them from moving around also, and lessens the opportunity for the jacks or the ports to break.
It's not going to be the prettiest. Not going to be quite as nice as the last job I did. There's my mess.
Looks good.
I'm going to do one more piece. Okay, there we go. It's on. Things are tucked back here. Just a little piece of tape for the hold this in, and then this goes in the back of the GoPro. And then you can even tuck it into your vent to hold it if you don't have the GoPro. We'll give you a little test run and let you know how it sounds.
This is our favorite mountain right here. It's called Tiger Mountain. And a lot of people go paragliding off of it.
We think maybe the brakes are dragging because of some of the corrosion from just storing them. You get some corrosion on the rotors.
We hope everybody enjoyed this video and found it helpful. It took us a long time to get this set up right, so if we can help anybody else do it a little quicker and more smoothly, that would be great. We do want to let everybody know that Sena did provide these Evo 20Ss. We had purchased the older versions that worked fantastic, but they didn't have the inputs to record directly from the Sena onto the GoPro, so we do thank Sena for that. We're also going to put links to all the components to make this system work in the description. It doesn't cost you any more to use these links, but it does give us an instant path to heaven, so we do appreciate that. We'll put the link to the Sena, to our chin mount that we like, to the cables necessary, and we can put links to the speakers, the JBL speakers, and an alternate generic speakers that seem to work just as well too. But again, we thank you guys for watching. We're going to get some good motorcycle videos out soon. We're doing the Great Rocky Mountain Loop, which we'll be putting out very soon. So stay tuned. Like our videos, please. Subscribe, share them, do all those things that YouTube tells you to do, and we'll be back at you soon. Thanks for watching.